I'm Toby Leishman, and I'm hosting the news today after being fired from a non-current affair due to being way too ugly. Wait, who put this in the script? Anyways, there is a lot of news for us to cover today, many of which involve overseas nations, so let's get into the stories. Producers at Disney have just bought the rights to the Middle-earth franchise, which contains both the trilogies of The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. No, I do not care that the Rings of Power exist, and I refuse to acknowledge that it is in the same universe. It turns out that the multi-billion-dollar movie company will choose to remake The Hobbit first. However, in typical Disney fashion, many of the main characters are being replaced by actors that don't necessarily represent Tolkien's original characters, to be more accepting to a worldwide audience. Thus, Zoe has been cast as Bilbo Baggins. In the tech sphere, Apple is being sued for $3.20 million in false branding. Georgia, the customer performing the lawsuit, says that despite literally being named Apple, their digital devices do not at all taste like the red fruit, considering it suitable for a lawsuit. In response, Apple says that the claim is ridiculous and that the lawsuit will be a failure, but everyone is secretly rooting that the European Union will come in and force Apple to pay up anyways. It has been 18 years, but the Augmented Minor Organ and Genal Undoing Society, AMOGOS for short, has revealed their biggest project to the public that happened back in the middle of 2006. This was a genome experiment that occurred between 3 unborn boys, named Jacob, Will, and me. Who wrote this script? Anyways, apparently us 3 had many of our cells swapped around with each other to see what the side effects were. Both me and Jacob had our fat cells given to Will. Why am I not surprised? And both Jacob and Will gave all their brain cells to me. That's not surprising either, I guess. This leaves Will with infinite mass, me with infinite brains, and Jacob with infinite stupidity. Man, I don't know why I didn't figure this out sooner. This is so obvious. Now, this is most certainly not a usual sight on this news channel, but we have been contacted by the of the United States of America. They have reached out to us, saying that they are willing to offer a free American citizenship to Bethany, saying that they are very confused why she doesn't already have one. Hopefully Bethany is watching this, so she will know to get in contact with them soon. For a bit of a halftime break, this week we are celebrating the birthday of our favourite farmer, Farmer John T. Congratulations for turning 18, being able to drink and gamble, and being the second person in our group that can be legally prosecuted if you were to punch me. At least you know the first day to take care of me if I was injured. Right? There is some more legal action occurring this week. Upon learning the names of all the USA's 50 states, Dakota is now suing America, claiming that not one, but 2 of their states use her copyrighted name in the title. The lawsuit is expected not to give Dakota any cash, but most likely the 2 states in question will be renamed if she wins. The US government says that although they would change the names of the states if they needed to, the new names would simply be North Jones and South Jones, out of spite, since Dakota doesn't own that name. After the advertisement provided on a non-current affair 3 weeks ago launched, the entire Empire Theatre was sold out for the performance of Zachary Jonas Newtonium on the piano accordion. Selling over $20,000 in tickets, it was a spectacular night, with viewers calling the spectacle wondrous and hypnotizing. The vibe was slightly ruined when Corinne messed up her one note on the triangle, but the general performance of Mr. Newtonium was enough to make the night a massive success. Mr. Newtonium's next endeavours are to go international, his manager says, and he is expected to be performing in London next month. Dill has always been known for lifting his own weight, and sometimes more from what I can tell, at the gym. However, as of yesterday, he has said that he has set his sights higher, and a lot higher. It's hard to say how incredibly bold and ignorant this claim is, but he wants to be able to bench press a 1/1,000,000th of Will's pinky toenail. While in the context of an ordinary person, this is a microscopic weight, For Will, it is a very large mass, with scientists estimating the weight to be 19 times 10 to the 24 tons. Dylan should change his perspective concerning his skills before too long, otherwise he is going to get shamed by the weightlifting community for having an unreachable goal. We still have more stories to come, but first, a word from our sponsor, the world's greatest cow owner, Jacob Armitage.
Will's fat.
It turns out, there may be more to Corinne's life than we thought, which is a bold thing to say considering she is more busy than the rest of us combined. But strange measurements of time and mass dilation around 18 block suggest that something else is going on. Adding on to this the frequent disappearing of Corinne during lunchtimes, and there's a large suspicion that Corinne is teleporting to another location during those 45 minutes. And based on similar readings that have been measured by the British Secret Service in it is quite plausible that Corinne is teleporting to London to visit her secret family during these periods. As for the family that she is visiting, that is unknown, but a theory is circulating that this family is the descendants of Winston Churchill. Now, on to me again for the weather. Dude, what does the scriptwriter think? Yes, I'm doing the weather, you idiot! Look, it's really cold and really dark outside right now. Can someone please tell Lucy to get her son out? Oh, I need to warm up. Please! For our final report, a conflict has broken out after some very upsetting circumstances. In a way that is typical of her, Hope has gotten quite upset after someone knocked over her noodles at lunchtime. With nothing left to eat, Hope was understandably quite devastated, but some people reported Hope stealing Nair's food so that she could heat herself. Hope will be facing accusations from the Sandwich Unity Service, SUS for short, as to her treatment of other people's food. Anyways, that's all for our report this week. Stay warm, stay safe, and hopefully I can get a better job. This sucks.